Today we will be talking about 10 topics that you must know to crack any Java interview. These are the topics that you should know if you are a fresher level engineer or let's say of an engineer of an experience of more or less 2 to 4 years. So if you are going to give an interview for Java background, you must know all these 10 topics in very much details because these topics are mostly asked in all the interviews which are related to Java developers. So let us start and see which topics are they. So the first topic is JVM and JRE basics. So as you might know that in my course of Java interview preparation basics, I have covered these series of JVM and JRE lectures, and I have explained in details how JVM works, what is the difference between JVM and JRE, what are class loaders, and how your code gets compiled, how the bytecodes are stored in the memory, and all of that things. Second topic is JVM memory model. So this is also one topic that I have covered in my lecture series, and you must remember that I have covered about the heap memory, the stack memory, the method area, the PC registers. So you must know about all of those things, that which type of things are stored in which part of the JVM memory and how you can configure those parts of the JVM memory based on your use case. Third is heap memory. As I explained before also in my previous course, that heap memory is one of the most important memory parts of the JVM, and for each Java developer, if you are going to run your code in production, you must know properly about how heap memory functions and what are the different parts of the heap memory, how you can configure and customize the allocations of different part of heap memory. The fourth is garbage collection in Java. So when I say garbage collection in Java, you must know about how different parts of heaps are freed up constantly, and what are the different ways GC runs, what are the different GCs, the minor GC and the major GC, how they perform, how much resources are they taking up, how frequently are they performing, how to read all those things. Also with that, I will prepare a separate lecture on reading heap dump, because that is one thing that you must understand and you must know in details, so that you can understand that what are the exact problems if there are any problems occurring due to GC. Then multi-threading. As we all know, multi-threading is like the holy grail of Java. That is the most used and the most lovable feature about Java, that you can do parallel tasks within your code. And you must know about multi-threading inside out. That is whatever the basic thread classes, the basic thread library which Java provides, the basic the inter-thread communications, the join methods, how you can synchronize the locks and everything. And other than that, also the complete executor framework. So if you want to study about multi-threading, I have a course, and you should just go through that course of multi-threading in Java. Then synchronization, it is also part of multi-threading, but I'm just writing it in detail in it with a different thread. It's because it is one of the most important part of multi-threading, because generally people know how to create a thread or how to start a thread, but synchronization is something which you get to know with experience, that on which variables you should take the locks, on where you need to take the locks, that lock will be valid for how much time, for how much scope. So all of those things are something which you gain with experience, and you should in the beginning you will have to do a lots of trial and errors, and do a lots of study around it to understand completely how synchronization works. Then collections is also a framework that each and every Java developer must know, because as you all know that you don't have to write your own data structures in Java already provides that using the collections API. So you must know that what is the collections hierarchy, how they are developed, what are the functionalities that they provide, and you should know about it more or less inside out about each and every collection class, because until you know that how each and every collections are implemented, you won't be able to decide which collection to use in your use cases, because many of us don't realize it, but using a linked list and an array list for the same functionality makes a hell lot of a difference when you are going to see the performance of your code. Then streams is another great feature which is present in Java, and you all should know about it, and you all should learn about it, because it will make your writing code very easier and much more readable also. Then functional programming is a relatively new feature added in Java 8. So try to go and learn about it, I will try to create a new course around functional programming and all the functional interfaces which have been provided in Java 8. So this is also one part of Java that I think more or less in all the interviews that I have also experienced, more or less people do ask about functional programming and lambdas. So lambdas are a part of functional programming. So if you learn about these two concepts, you should be able to answer those things confidently. So yeah, that is it. I think these are the 10 topics that each and every Java programmer must know to crack any Java interview. And see you in the lecture series. Thank you. If you like this channel, please subscribe the content. Thank you.